Look at the size of that frog! It's gigantic! Lily trotter. L-I-L-Y-T-R-O-T-T-E-R. Big feet help these birds stand on lily pads. They move from lily pad to lily pad, stopping only to look for food underneath. Lily trotters can swim, but they hardly ever do. The nests they make are flimsy coils of weeds, so some lily trotters keep their eggs underneath their wings for safety. After the eggs hatch, the baby chicks continue to stay under their parents' wings. When the chicks are big enough to take care of themselves, they finally leave their parents' protection. Giant snail. G-I-A-N-T-S-N-A-I-L. The giant snail can grow to be as long as 12 inches and weigh over a pound. Like the mussel, the giant snail lives in a shell and moves by pulling itself along on a blobby foot. The snail carries its shell home along as it slowly glides across the jungle floor. The fat worm-like body oozes out a clear slime to make gliding over the ground easier. Its eyes, on top of two long feelers, can't see objects, but can only tell light from dark. So the snail uses its two shorter feelers to smell and feel its way through the jungle. The snail's tongue is covered with sharp, tiny teeth to scrape off the bits of leaves, fruit, flowers, and rotting plants it eats. Goliath frog. G-O-L-I-A-T-H-F-R-O-G. While the poison arrow frog can fit in the palm of a hand, the Goliath frog is about the size of a pizza. They may be big, but Goliath frogs are slow jumpers and easy to catch. These frogs spend most of their lives in the deep pools of jungle rivers. They are quite shy, and when scared, they look for a rocky hole to hide in. Royal antelope. R-O-Y-A-L-A-N-T-E-L-O-P-E. Most antelopes are about the size of a deer, but the royal antelope is no bigger than a rabbit. In fact, it is the smallest antelope in the world. The royal antelope spends the daytime sleeping in the thick jungle bushes. At night, it comes out to eat leaves and plants. The royal antelope has a very simple way of escaping leopards and other enemies. It can leap as high as 9 feet when running, dashing away when it lands before the enemy can find it. S-H-O-E-B-I-L-L. These long-legged birds have a wide beak that is shaped like a shoe. The beak is perfect for finding crabs and fish in the muddy rivers and marshes where the shoebills wade. They hunt mainly at night, since they are rather shy birds. Shoebills make a clicking noise with their beaks when talking to each other because they don't have a voice. Their nests are very simple and are usually built in a flat grassy area. The big male gorilla on the rock is called a silverback. That's because of a streak of silver fur running down his back. Gorillas are apes, not monkeys. But it looks like they're still willing to monkey around. That baby gorilla really takes the phrase horsey ride seriously. The big male gorilla on the rock is called a silverback. That's because of a streak of silver fur running down his back. Gorilla. Gorilla. Gorillas are the biggest of all the apes. Gorillas are really very gentle animals and usually scream and beat their chests only to scare enemies away. Gorillas travel together in families, searching the jungle for plants to eat. They normally stay on the floor, but will go into the understory to get a really tasty piece of fruit. If they're thirsty, they soak the fur on the back of their hand in the river and then suck the wet fur. At night, they sleep on beds made from broken tree branches. Dung beetle. Dungbeetle. Each night, these beetles come out to clean up piles of African elephant and other animal dung from the jungle floor. Their broad front legs are perfect for pulling a bit of dung from a pile and patting it into a neat ball, while their back legs are used to roll the ball along the floor. Dung beetles can roll the ball almost 50 feet in just over a minute, especially when trying to keep the ball away from other dung beetles. The beetles use the ball as a nursery, burying it and laying their eggs inside. When the eggs hatch, the baby dung beetles can eat the ball until they're big enough to dig their way out. Bird of paradise. Birdparadise. This plant can be found near rivers and lakes. Its bright flower can look like the head and beak of a bird, peeking above the spiky green leaves. People who live in sunny places like to grow this plant in their garden, and flower shops everywhere use it in flower bouquets. Although they don't look alike, the bird of paradise plant is related to the banana tree. Hey, red frogs? That Kenrick can go into a real hissy fit when mad. Elephants have no permanent home. I guess that's why they carry their trunks with them. Antbirds don't eat ants, but follow army ants and catch any bugs running from the army. army ant. A-R-M-Y-A-N-T. Marching together in long, wide rows, army ants look like a river flowing across the jungle floor. Special army ants, called soldiers, guard the ends of the rows, ready to bite enemies with their big jaws. They don't let go once they bite, so some jungle people use a soldier ant's jaws to close cuts and wounds. Army ants will attack and eat almost any creature in their path, including bugs, frogs, snakes, and lizards. Army ants won't actually eat people, but their bite can really hurt. Still, army ants can be helpful to people too. Army ants will march right into houses, attack any other bugs there, and then leave.